It's time once again for the Valley's most in-depth weather forecast. We affectionately call it Weather for Weather Geeks. 5 years in running, full of weather geekiness here at WFMJ. Thanks for joining me once again. This video, of course, focuses on what has happened, what's happening now, and what will happen in much more detail than I have time to get into on the TV side. Let's first start with a little bit of statistical fun here. Through the first 24 days of April, a huge change from last year. We're running over 10 degrees colder than when compared to the first 24 days of April of 2017. April last year was pretty warm. Everything bloomed pretty early last year. This year, the opposite. We're a couple of weeks behind schedule as far as the leaf out goes across the region. We're seeing things sprouting and, things are greening up certainly, but we're about 10 days, maybe 2 weeks behind schedule with the chilly weather we've had for most of April, including today, with temperatures basically flatlined in the lower 50s. All day today. So, that's a pretty impressive number, and we've still got a week to go in April and more cool weather coming our way before a warm-up at the end of the month. 24-hour rainfall totals looking like this, about a third of an inch from Boardman on south towards Latonia, and a little bit higher amounts as you get down into central and southern Columbiana County, including along the Route 30 corridor. Amounts a little bit lower as you go off to the north, but still getting close to a quarter of an inch in a lot of places near I-80 since the rain got underway early on today. Well, this was the radar when I recorded this video at about 7:13 p.m. Just a damp evening. Nothing all that heavy, nothing that's going to cause flooding problems, but some light rain continues and will continue for some time. We're starting to see a dry slot working into West Virginia, and this will eventually head our way tonight. And what that'll do is taper the rain off to pretty much a spotty drizzle for a lot of the night tonight. Upper level low, pretty easy to see on the water vapor imagery. One of my favorite things to look at is the water vapor loop, especially with our fancy new GOES 16 satellite that offers very high-resolution satellite views with images captured every minute. It makes for a really pretty loop. And there's our upper low with moisture being thrown up on the east side of it into our region over the last several hours. What a change it has been. Yesterday was nice and warm. We got to 73. Today we've been kind of flatlined in the lower 50s for most of the day compared to the 7 o'clock hour. Monday evening it is 16 degrees cooler. All right, hour-by-hour rain chances for your Wednesday. I have things kind of peaking in the morning, mid to late morning, with one more disturbance coming in. I think there can be a resurgence of showers right around then, but then rain chances should decrease fairly rapidly as we get into the afternoon. What will also decrease the temperature tomorrow afternoon. We'll probably hit a high earlier in the day than usual, again tomorrow, maybe around lunchtime, and then temperatures will start to tail off in the afternoon. So you'll see that here on our Futurecast model for tomorrow, so showing the showers tomorrow morning or light rain and drizzle. It's one of those weather things. Some people don't like using the word showers because no one talks like that. No one says it's showering outside. You say it's raining, but that's just one of those things. I use showers. I don't have a problem using showers, but it isn't untrue that nobody says, "Oh, well, look, it's showering out there." You say it's raining. Anyway, our showers or late rain will disappear or fade away by the end of the afternoon at the latest tomorrow. But we're going to hang on to the clouds into tomorrow night. But a much better day coming our way on Thursday. Sunshine will break out. I'm pretty optimistic that Thursday afternoon will be close to average, 59, 60 degrees in the afternoon. A little bit of model disagreement on Friday. Some modeling has been trying to bring this low pressure system a little bit farther west and increasing our cloud cover here Friday. Our in-house model here, which I'm showing you, is a little more in line with a lot of the model consensus, which keeps this east and keeps this front off to our west until the end of the day. There could be a late day shower on Friday. All right, really good news in the longer range. We're going to flip the switch next week. Now, it's not going to last forever, but for a few days next week, it's going to feel like summer. This is the 6 to 10 day outlook showing high chances for above average temperatures in that 6 to 10 day period. Here's the pattern switch that we expect. Here's the pattern now. There's our upper low, trough off to the west, warmth confined to the southern tier of states and into the southwest. Now, as we go into the weekend, still pretty cool, especially through Saturday. Sunday's a little closer to average, but still mostly in the 50s. This is Sunday morning here showing, the general pattern is a ridge here and a trough here, so no warmth just yet. But watch what happens as we head towards the middle of next week. A big Pacific system rolls into the west, and downstream from that, a ridge pumps up across the eastern two-thirds of the country, and that's a map I like seeing. Look at all those warm colors. I've got 79 in our forecast for a week from today on Tuesday. Very close to 80, and I think the day after that on Wednesday, it could very well hit 82 or 83 degrees. Our warmest day of 2018 is very possible on the second day of May. Now, how long does it last? That's the question. There remains some model disagreement as to the extent of that warm spell. Here's a look at the Climate Prediction Center's 8 to 14 day outlook, showing colder air returning to the middle of the country in that 8 to 14 day outlook. Now, does this come east quickly, or does it sort of bleed east slowly, and we stay mostly on the warm side in that 8 to 14 day period? Low confidence on that right now. It will cool off eventually, but for at least a couple or a few days, I think a lot of people are going to be smiling next week. And boy, are things going to bloom, and boy, if you're an allergy sufferer, we'd be a little bit grumpy, I think, next week. The pollen levels are going to shoot through the roof with a gusty wind, with those warm temperatures, everything blooming, that's a recipe in early May for very high pollen count numbers next week. All right, thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. I'll see you back here tomorrow evening. Check out my updated forecast tonight on 21 News at 11, and anytime on your Storm Tracker 21 app.